Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Let's get straight into it. Are Chelsea cheating their way back to the top? We'll talk about that. Arsenal, Declan Rice, second bid rejected. Can they afford to keep messing around? Is there a chance somebody else swoops in and pays what West Ham want? Or should Arsenal keep battling through this and getting the price they want? Also, Newcastle linked with another Italian superstar in the midfield. They're showing some real ambition in their recruitment attempts. And Manchester City quietly but effectively going around their business as well. This is That's Football. This is your latest transfer news. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. We're going to go straight into Chelsea. Are Chelsea going to end up in trouble? Are Chelsea cheats? So look, a lot of people talking about this. Effectively, there is, I think, strong links, evidence that Chelsea and the ownership of Chelsea have an injection of ownership or shareholding of some sort from Saudi Arabia. And look, Chelsea are selling players to Saudi Arabia. Ziyech has gone. Mendy's going to go. Koulibaly's gone. Kante went, but that was a free transfer, so let's ignore that one. There's even talk of Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea are likely to pocket in the region of 100 to 250 million pounds from Saudi Arabian clubs. Many people, Gary Neville, I think, has indicated we need a regulator again. A lot of people not happy about this. A lot of people saying this is just Chelsea yet again under Todd Boehly finding a way to manipulate the rules. They've spent well over £500 million in the last 12 months. They should be in trouble this summer. Their third manager in no time, and they're going to spend big again because they're finding ways to sell players that other clubs wouldn't be able to do. So is that Chelsea cheating? Well, on the face of it, you can understand the frustration. But I've got to be honest, it's not like Saudi Arabia are just buying Chelsea cast-offs. They've just bought Ruben Neves. They're buying all sorts of players. They're interested in all sorts of players. They want lots of players in that league. It's not just Ronaldo. I would have liked Messi. They've got Benzema. But they will recruit anybody. And Chelsea have got players that they're letting Saudi Arabia know are available, and their players are willing to go. I don't actually think that people are really thinking this through in the way they should do, because it's almost as if, well, for me, on the face of it, Chelsea are not cheating. It's not an exclusive club here. Chelsea are, taking advantage, but their players have got to want to go there. And they've got to be of the quality that Saudi Arabian League would want them. Now, Mendy is a good goalkeeper. Kante went for free. Ziyech is a good player that will add something to that league. And Koulibaly is a good player that will add something to that league. Ask yourself the question, would the Saudi Arabian League want Mendy, Ziyech and Koulibaly? And whatever they did for Chelsea last year, of course they would. They're good players that will enhance the reputation of that league. And that's what they're trying to do. Will the prices for those players be very good? Yes. The wages are ridiculous for the players, so why will the transfer fees not be ridiculous? You can't have one without the other. I think what this comes down to is people look at it and they're jealous. They're jealous of the Saudi Arabian ownership of Newcastle. They're jealous of the Abu Dhabi ownership of Manchester City. They're jealous of Qatar potentially getting hold of Manchester United. And they're jealous of Chelsea, who looked like they were going to be in big trouble, suddenly able to buy the likes of Casido, Lavia, other players that they're linked to. How are they doing that when they've spent ridiculous amounts of money? Where's financial fair play in this game? Well, financial fair play isn't something that you should wake up in the morning and actually trust anyway. It's got more holes than a hedgehog's pillow. I've said it before. It's not fit for purpose. And if Chelsea can find a way around financial fair play, then well done. But the way they found it out is because the Saudi Arabian League exists. There is a league out there that will pay you ridiculous money for your crap. And that's basically what this is all about. Because one man's crap is another man's gold. And Saudi Arabian League doesn't have a lot of quality in it. So someone like Koulibaly in it is an absolute star. In that Chelsea team is a player you want to get rid of. It's just a situation that's developed, and it's not because of Chelsea. As I said, Ronaldo's been there. Benzema's going there. This is an ex-Man United player and an ex-Real Madrid player. It's not ex-Chelsea players. I think what this comes down to is that there's a lot of clubs out there that want to be competitive. They see Chelsea as weak because Chelsea had a bad season. And now they're seeing Chelsea as a threat again because Chelsea are able to go and start buying again because they're selling very, very well again. But is there any reason Jordan Henderson couldn't be sold to Saudi Arabia? Is there any reason that Son can't be sold to Saudi Arabia? Is there any reason Man United couldn't be selling Scott McTominay or Fred to Saudi Arabia? No, there isn't. Everybody can do it. Chelsea have just got a lot more players to do it with. And look, maybe their connections to Saudi Arabia make it slightly easier. Look, I'm not going to lie. Maybe there is some relationship there that they go, can you take these players off? It will really help us in the Premier League. And well, we're invested in your Premier League club, so we will take those players. I'm not denying that that might have happened, but proving it is going to be very, very difficult when they're spending money on non-Chelsea players. So that's my 2 pennies worth. Bringing it back to the Premier League, Declan Rice, Arsenal, second bid rejected. We believe this bid would have totaled around £90 million, but actually it would have been spread over 4 years and the initial fee would have been around 70. So 70 up front over 4 years with 20 in add-ons. West Ham have basically said, we want a deal that hits 100 million and we want more money up front. So that's the second bid for Arsenal. It looks to me at the moment like Arsenal are the ones leading that race regardless. I think there is no other club in the Premier League that's going to come in and be able to deal with that amount of money. Apart from Man City, who seem to be looking at other things. I mean, Man City, Kovacic, very, very close for what, 30 million, another Chelsea player being sold. And they're looking at Vardiel as well at left centre-back. So they're not really, I think, looking at Declan Rice. Man United can't afford it. Liverpool can't afford it. And Chelsea maybe could afford it, but also Chelsea sort of messed up the Declan Rice deal and not in the Champions League. So I think Arsenal can take their time on this. A few Arsenal fans were getting a bit worried last night, saying that's our second bid if someone swoops in. But Arsenal have played a good game in relation to the Declan Rice transfer. They've been very accommodating. They've been very persistent. They've been very impressive to the Declan Rice camp about how much they want him and what a big part of their future he would be. I think they will get there, and I don't think the negotiation process really impacts on the deal. And I don't think Arsenal will dwell too long. I don't think they're going to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get this done. I think they'll move quickly. Obviously, on Arsenal's side, negotiation side, I don't personally think Declan Rice is £100 million worth of player. But West Ham feel that they've got the cards here. There's only so far West Ham can push it, though. They've agreed that they would sell Declan Rice this summer, and there's a very good price for West Ham there. So I think that deal gets done. Never, ever, ever say nobody's going to swoop in, but I think that looks like that it will be an Arsenal deal. What a deal it could be for Newcastle. They're in for Tonali of AC Milan. I've liked this player before he went to AC Milan. I liked Barella before he went to Inter Milan. Brescia and Calgary, respectively. Really a big fan of Italian football anyway, but really like these two midfielders. I think Barella would suit the Premier League like a glove. I think Tonali's a really interesting player as well. I would love to see him in the Premier League. I'd love to see him at Manchester United. But what this says to me about Newcastle is, and I've said it so many times, when they get Champions League football, they'll never leave. And people just think you're going to see Longstaff and Willock next season. You're clearly not. They want to go up a level. They know they're probably ahead of schedule by a year. They're in the Champions League. They've got to get top 4 next year and make an impact. They've got to get better players in, and that's why they're looking at this. And look, whether Newcastle can get these deals done or not, it remains to be seen. But the fact that they're going for these types of players says 2 things to me. 1, they're ambitious, which we know. But 2, their recruitment is absolutely A-star. Like, they're not looking at bringing in players that might succeed. They're looking at bringing in top quality players. And of course, those top quality players could flop. Anybody can. But I think if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be very, very, very excited about the last week. Whether you get Barella, whether you get Tonali, looking at those types of players suggests, well, it indicates very strongly what they're trying to do and what type of player they're trying to bring in. So look, in relation to that traditional top 6, Chelsea making moves, and Chelsea going to be we'll be talking about Chelsea a lot this summer. Arsenal getting closer and closer to Declan Rice. Apparently they want Lavia as well, but of course Chelsea are interested in him. Keep an eye on him, the Southampton midfielder. Man City quietly just going about their business. The best team in the world, adding in one of the best up-and-coming centre-backs in Vardiel and Kovacic, both Croatian players as well. Don't know whether there's a link there, but yeah, it's quiet on the Spurs front as usual. Liverpool, watch that space. They are looking for that second midfielder. I think they're just being held up on Turan because of internationals. And keep an eye on Gravenberch as well. I've got a funny feeling he's going to end up in the Premier League. Anyway, smash a like, get your comments in below. Make sure you subscribe, and do get your comments in below about Chelsea, about the Saudi Arabian League. What are your thoughts on it? For me, I don't see the big deal here. They're buying players all over the place. Brozovic is a player that's heading over there next from Italy. So they're trying to buy as many good players as they can. And Chelsea have a ridiculous amount of players. How can you sit there and say Chelsea are cheating by selling players to Saudi Arabia? Yet we've all been saying about Chelsea last season, they've got too many players. They've got way too many players. So then they try to sell way too many players, and Saudi Arabia want them. Oh, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's not cheating, really. It's actually everybody's jealous because they'd love to be getting, I'd love to be getting 80 million from Saudi Arabia for Fred. But, United would probably give him on a free transfer. Even if Saudi Arabia offered 30, 40 million for Fred, we'd probably say you can have him for free because we're crap at transfers. Anyway, smash a like and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.